So yeah, man, y'all see the title, man. Gennady Triple G Golovkin just stops, Willie Monroe Jr. in the 6th round. He stopped him. He didn't knock him out cold, but it was kind of a TKO. He was on his knees. The ref he basically got up at the count of 10. Ref talking to him like, yo, what you want to do? And he just kind of gave up like, yo, I'm done. So the ref was like, that's it. Fight's over. So Gennady Golovkin knocks out his 20th. He has his 20th, KO knockout in like his recent 20 fights. So his last 20 guys he fought, he basically stopped him. Anywhere from knockout to TKO, Gennady Golovkin stopped him. So he's still undefeated now, 33-0 with 30 knockouts. Triple G Golovkin. Willie Monroe Jr., I didn't really know a lot about this guy, but I did. The only thing I did know, I seen maybe like a clip on him prior before this, but I didn't really keep up with him. I just know that he was a southpaw, and he couldn't punch, and he had good lateral movement. That was pretty much it. But he gave a good account of himself tonight. Firing shots back at Gennady Golovkin. But we did know. I'm pretty sure everybody knew, and I knew that excuse me. Willie Monroe Jr. had no chance at all. The only chance he had was, he had two hands, just like, Triple G Golovkin had two hands, basically. But other than that, man, I knew he didn't have a chance to win. I had a feeling he was going to get stopped. I didn't know what round, but I didn't know he was going to get stopped. He got dropped, I believe, in the second round by, forget what punch it was, because it was happening so fast. I don't have HBO, so I was pretty much, streaming it. When you're on the streaming site, it kind of lags in there, so keep up. So in the second round, I think he hit him with he hit him up against the corner, and then I think he feinted something, and then Monroe kind of dropped his hands and hit him on the right, and Monroe kind of wobbled over and fell. And I was like, damn, his eyes was wide open. So the fighter gets knocked down, the eyes are wide open. I mean, it hurt. So I was like, damn, he hurt. So I thought he's gonna get stopped. Excuse me. I thought he was going to get stopped in the second round, but he didn't. He fought his way to the 6th round and, got stopped in that round. But, he has heart. He didn't get knocked out cold. He basically was able to hit Gennady Golovkin with punches. In this fight, and I'm not going to say Golovkin was exposed, but I knew before this fight, I'm pretty sure a lot of you knew that Golovkin can't be hit. The question is, can you hurt Golovkin? After the fight, Golovkin said he basically said that he let Monroe get some shots off to make it exciting. To, get the fans, what they want to see, a toe-to-toe battle. They want to see fighters, get their, face punched in. He basically said that he let him get shots off. But he said if it wasn't for that, he basically could have got him out of there a little bit sooner. But Monroe got hard, man. He didn't have enough punching power. He didn't have the, the wherewithal to hold on when he needed to. And he didn't have the defense to, to stop that onslaught and to basically evade a lot of that. So he was lacking the power, the defense, and the clinching. I mean, you got to clinch. I mean, I know he don't want to be no old hugging ass nigga like Mayweather, hit you with one punch and hold you, and hit you with a shot and move around the ring and hit you and hold you. Sometimes you got to do that. The ultimate goal is to win. It doesn't matter if you win by throwing one punch and holding or whatever the fans want to say. They want to say you ran, you're an old hugging ass nigga. Whatever, the fans want to say is what they say, but the ultimate goal is to win, and, you got to win by any means necessary. Like I said, it don't matter if you got to throw one punch and hold, if you got to basically move around the ring or run around, as fans say, to win a fight, you got to do that. So, he didn't do that, so, he ended up getting stopped. He had his hands up at one point. Golovkin just, overhand rights, hitting it behind the ear, behind his head. I was, oh my God, his defense wasn't good at all. He didn't know how to hold on, so I don't know, man. But that fight's over with. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to be an easy night for Gennady Golovkin. So what's next? Max Kellerman asked him what was next, and he basically said, brought up, Canelo and Cotto. He was like, he don't want those fights in the future. He want those fights now. Gennady Golovkin is 33 years of age, so he needs the big fights. Basically, right now, even though he started boxing kind of late, when he was in his late 20s, so he's still kind of a young 33. But at his age, he needs to start getting those big fights now. 33 and over 30 knockouts, man. He needs to basically fight Cotto or Canelo. it all comes down to if one of those guys want to fight him. I'm pretty sure, he'll want to fight them, but those guys basically not going out here and saying, yo, I want to fight this guy, put me in there with him. So we all know it's politics behind boxing, and I mean, you really can't say if if I was Cotto, would I fight Golovkin? Absolutely not. If I was him, I wouldn't. That's like, suicide. I mean, he can get some shots off on, Golovkin, but I don't think Cotto doesn't have the wherewithal or the, the lateral movement to stay away from Gennadi's punches. Gennadi's taller. He's a few inches taller, and he's a few inches taller, and he's stronger. So I don't think he has the wherewithal and the lateral movement to stay away from his punches. So if I was him, I wouldn't take the fight. That's just my opinion. But as far as Canelo is concerned, Canelo's young. He's been hurt a couple times early in his career, but he hasn't really been knocked out or stopped. So I think it'd be a good matchup for him. They're only 6 pounds apart, so I mean, I say make it happen. I say make it happen. So y'all let me know what y'all thought of this fight, man. Willie Monroe Jr. giving a good a fight of himself against Golovkin, but he ended up getting stopped in the 6th. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this fight and holler at me out, alright? Peace.